Yeah, hello guys, my name is Well Define. In this video today, I'm going to show you guys how to insert data into a data, insert values or data into the database. So first of all, let's create the database. Let's assume I'm inside my PHP my admin, and I'm going to create a database called members. Then I'll create. Now I've created a database called members. Now let's go to our text editor. I'll be creating a form what we can use to pass data. So I have a form here. I'm going to create the input, and the type will be text, then the name will be name, then placeholder your name, sorry. Now I'm going to do Control D on this guy here. So the next one will be password, the name will be pass, then the placeholder will be your password. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is I'll create the submit button. Say input type submit, and I'm going to give the submit button a name. I'll say submit, then I'll give it a value, sorry, with the value I'll call it submit. Now let's see what we have here. Let's go to the browser. When I just refresh, okay, we have lovely, this is what we have here: your name, your password, and your submit button. Now in our database, we've created a database here. So let's create a table. Our first table. I'll call it users. Then I'll give it three this, we have the input, we have the name fields, we have the password fields. So the reason I'm going to give these three columns is this: when I click go, now the first one will be the ID, which will have the int, and is going to have the integer, then it's going to have an auto increment with the primary key called, with a key called primary, sorry. Then the second one will be called name. It's gonna be maybe varchar or test. I'm gonna give it 100. The last one will be pass. I'm going to call it maybe test or varchar, whichever you choose, and I'll give it 100 also. And I'll click save. So our table is created. Now let's write a script to send data inside this guy. Now in the form, I'm going to create a method we're going to be using. We'll use the post method. Okay, now down here I'm going to create what we call the PHP open, PHP close. Now we'll use this condition if is set. This thing tells us if it's a $_post. What this does, it tells us if any action passes here, and if this submit button is clicked. If this submit button is clicked, what happens? So what this if is set does is, if an action, if this submit button is clicked, now let's capture whatever goes into this our input, that's this guys here. Let's capture what goes inside here and here, what the users put in here. So I'm gonna say $name, and I'll say the process was post, that's super global variable, and I'll say name, then I'll say Control D to get the next one. The next one is pass, right? So I'm going to show you guys now a moment, and I'll say name is pass. So this pass, this is it here. This is it. Let me give a little bit space here so we can see very well. The first one is name. This is the name here. This is it. And the second one is pass. This is it here. Is pass here. Now I'm going to run a query to insert it into the database, and I'll say insert is going to be held by a variable, then double quotes to write the query, and I'll say insert into the name of the database is members. Okay, now this guy comes with the parentheses and a guy called value. Now what we're going to do here is this: the names inside the database, if you check them well, you see name and pass. I'm gonna assign them here now. Name, sorry, it's gonna be inside the name. Then the second one is pass. Then I'm gonna call these variables names here. Name with single quotes. Then put them here. Then the next one also has a single quotes, which is called the pass. Okay, that's just what we're gonna do here now. Then let's interact with the database first, because before you send into the database, you have to interact with the database with a variable called, you create a variable said, let's just say send, let's call it, let's say run, let's just use the word run, and I'll say my SQLi dollar query. Okay, before then, two parameters has to go in here. I don't think I've created my my database, my connection. So let me go and create a connection first. Sorry guys for that. That's the first thing we need to do first. So let's use a variable to connect to our API. Then I'll say my SQLi connect. You understand? Then it takes in 4 parameters. Make sure you close it. Then we say local host. The next one is root. We don't have a password in our PHP admin. If you have a password, please make sure your password is there. Then the name of the database is members. If you guys can remember, members. So I think I made a mistake here. Insert into not the database, it's gonna be the table users. Let's check it out. Let's be sure. The name of the database is members, the table is users, so you can see where I'm pointing. So let's go back to our script. Sorry guys, so that mix up. Now I'm gonna run into run the information held by this guy into the database, but I'm going to touch that database we created by using the object con that we created here earlier. This is it, this guy here, which takes us into MySQLi Connect, into the database. Now after doing that, 2 parameters are meant to be passed here. Then I'll call this guy, which is holding all these men here, the query here. Okay, and I'm gonna paste this guy here. After that, I'll now say if dollar run, that's this guy, if dollar run, that's if it executes, echo, let's use a JavaScript script alert. Let's use a JavaScript that pops up an alert for us. Echo, then let's send our information inside here. User inserted successful. Okay, then I'll make a JavaScript refreshed on the same page also. So this is what I'm just gonna do, not to waste our time. Then I'm gonna do this. I'll remove these guys, and I'll say window dot open. Please take note. Then inside I'll say single quotes, I'll say self. To open the self window, then I'll now say form.php, because that's the name of the form. Look at it here, form, that's the name of the page, form.php. Okay, so I think that's all. So now let's go to our browser. Let's go and check our form out. Let's refresh. Make sure you refresh. So let's see what happens. RED, and let me send hints, then submit. User inserted successfully. Now let's check into our database. Look at it, it's going. So let's try another one. Let me say Robin. Then let me put a password 23456. Now let's say submit. User inserted success. This is JavaScript pumping us out. That's alert message. User successfully inserted. Then comes back to the page, the direction. That's the user direct. This is it. It brings us back to the page. You understand? So that is it, folks. If you enjoy this tutorial, let me know, and please a little bit thumb ups for me, and make comments, subscribe to my station, and I'll be out again with some cool videos.